Want your short form video to go viral? Well, we're going to be talking about editing tips to keep people watching your content, and we're just going to go ahead and jump into it. So today I've got Lily joining me. How you doing, Lily?
I'm doing good. Thanks for having me, Nate.
I'm stoked to have you here. So for the people that don't know, you do a lot of editing for me and my clients. You also you crank out so many videos every week for your own stuff. And recently you actually, because of the content that you've been creating, you landed a gig doing editing actual ads for Jason Parker, one of our friends. And so I figured if we're going to be talking about how to edit your micro videos to get people hooked and keep them watching, you'd be the perfect person to have on. So thank you so much for joining us today.
Let's do it. I'm excited to be here.
All right. So first of all, let's just kind of go through different things, different tips that you use for keeping people engaged in videos, in micro videos, the little short forms, the reels, the 60-second videos.
Exactly. 60
vertical.
to 90 seconds.
Yeah. Okay. So let's go ahead and just jump into how you go about editing. I want to specifically focus on editing today.
Okay.
Because after we record them, the editing is really what kind of refines it. It's polishing it. It's taking it and turning it into something that will keep people engaged. So first of all, which tools do you use when you're editing? Which software do you use to edit your videos with?
I run all the raw footage through Descript, and from there I'm able to cut pieces of the transcript out, which makes editing a breeze. And it's so much more convenient than trying to cut out all these little bits and pieces in Premiere Pro.
Okay. Descript, a huge thumbs up for me as well.
Huge thumbs up.
I love Descript because you can actually read it and you can see the spaces.
Exactly.
Whereas usually when you're working in Premiere Pro, I think Premiere Pro probably has this now, but it used to be you only had the audio waves. You didn't have the actual script. And so sometimes when we're recording, we're like, oh, that wasn't the one. I'm going to re-record it.
Yep.
And then trying to find those without the actual text transcript there. But Descript provides that, so that's one of my favorite things about
Exactly.
Descript.
You got to do less digging.
Yeah. Okay, so that brings us to our first thing, which is jump cuts. A lot of people are worried when they're recording their content. They're worried, oh, I'm going to have a bunch of jump cuts. I can't just go through and record it straight through.
Yeah.
What's been your experience with people's reception of jump cuts, the audience? It doesn't seem like they mind them that much.
Yeah, I'd argue that it grabs their attention even more.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So I agree with you on that one. Don't worry about having to chop your video up into jump cuts. We're so trained with the way TV is now and the short attention span. They change camera angles like every 3 seconds.
Yeah.
So if our micro videos have jump cuts where it jumps, I think that's okay.
I agree. Get some attention.
Okay. Speaking of getting attention, how do you go about grabbing people's attention within the first couple of seconds of the video? What are some of your editing tips for grabbing that attention while people are scrolling?
I want a scroll stopping sentence that is going to, your viewers are scrolling past hundreds of posts a day. So as soon as you come across my post, I want the first 5 to 7 words to be curiosity evoking or sparking interest. I want to stop the scroll. That's my whole goal.
What about, I noticed that when you edit videos, sometimes it's got the karaoke effect.
Yeah.
But on the very first sentence of the video, it usually doesn't have the karaoke effect. I get to see the whole sentence rather than just one word at a time. What's the reasoning behind that?
I want you to be interested and I want you to know exactly what this video is going to be about, kind of tease the audience before you watch a whole 60-second video. And that first 5 to 7 words is going to show you the first 5 to 7 words in a full sentence rather than just word by word, so that I can tell you and I like how you say it. You said light the room up so you don't step on a Lego.
Right. Turn the lights on.
That's my favorite.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah, turn the lights on for your viewers so they know what to expect ahead.
And then captions, you always add captions to your videos. What's the reasoning for that?
I always add captions. Man, I scroll Instagram, TikTok, Facebook. If I can't watch your video without sound, I am scrolling right past you. So it's important for all of my videos and all of my clients' videos to have attention-grabbing subtitles, captions, whatever you want to call them. I want to grab your attention and I want to make sure it sticks.
One of the things that I noticed too is a lot of people do watch videos without the audio on.
Yeah.
Especially if they're maybe in public or somewhere where they don't want people hearing what they're watching. Or if I'm just, this is mainly for Facebook, I think.
Yeah.
If I'm just scrolling through Facebook, I don't want the video blaring every 5 posts is a video. I don't want it blaring at me. But if we don't have those subtitles on and I scroll past your video and there's no subtitles, I have no idea. You mentioned the scroll stopping for a sentence.
Yeah.
I don't even know what that sentence is if there's no subtitles.
I can't hear you.
Okay. The other thing that I really love that you go above and beyond on these. This is something that I get lazy with. And by the time I'm like 80% done editing, I'm like, you know what? I don't really need this last final touch. But you always do an amazing job of that.
Oh, shucks.
And it's the pop-ins and the sound effects and the swooshing for the transitions. Give me a little bit of why you always put that extra touch on them.
Yeah. So again, with the attention grabbing effects, I want to get your attention. I want to keep it. Through a 60-second video, the first 5 words might be attention grabbing, but if my next sentence just doesn't have any fun graphics or fun sound effects that really pull the viewer to be, what just happened there? Oh, I need to rewatch. I totally missed it. I think those are really helpful, and I get to add sound effects with it too, which are pretty funky. I get to get creative with the emojis and the little pop-in effects.
And what software do you use to put in all of those pop-ins and sound effects?
So I run everything through Descript, and I get the transcription, cut everything down, and then for the fun pop-in effects, the attention-grabbing emojis and sound effects, those are all done through Premiere.
Okay. And for people that aren't familiar, Premiere is Adobe. Okay.
You bet.
So you run them through twice then. So you take it, you run it through the script, you output it, and then you take that, and then you put the final touches in it or on it through Premiere.
Exactly.
Okay, so double the work. That's
double or nothing.
That's where I get lazy. I don't ever go back through Premiere. I'm just like, oh, the script is good enough.
Hey, Descript has cool features. They've got like zoom in and out. They've got the crossfades. They've got some like flip features so you can change where you are on the screen. Even the eye contact feature, that's a weird one. I feel like we should talk about really quick. AI makes your eyeballs like focus right in the center of the screen, no matter if you're looking this way or that way.
Right. If you're reading a script off to the side,
yeah,
the AI in the script can make it look like you're actually looking at the camera.
Oh, yeah. AI's got your back.
AI has made a lot of this stuff so easy. You mentioned zooming in and zooming out.
Yes.
And I see that you do that methodically. You don't just have random zooms in and zooms out. You actually have a purpose. And so explain first what the zoom in, zoom out is, and then how you pick when to use it.
Okay, so for all impact sentences, any important sentences that I want the viewer to pay attention to, that's when I'm gonna zoom in 20%. So I'll make a cut on my video and I'll zoom in one specific sentence. And I used to actually do this with like specific words, but I find it better to do it for full sentences just because it's not so quick and the viewer is not like, oh, what just happened? Like
Right.
It didn't register in my brain. So yeah, impact sentences, I'm gonna point the viewer, I'm going to force the viewer to pay attention to what I'm saying to by zooming in 20% on my face or whatever I'm working on.
And that's again one of those things where it's just we're so used to having the camera angle, the zoom. We're used to having those change so frequently that it's just another thing that pulls you back into the video and keeps you watching. Last thing that I wanted to talk about, and this is the thing that I think most people miss on their micro video content, and that is having a call to action at the end. And I think if you're using your videos for marketing content, this is so important because we just gave something. We want to ask for something in return.
Totally.
So for calls to action, what is it that you're looking for people to do at the end of your videos?
I'm looking for one clear call to action. Don't ask your viewers to go to 3 different places and do 3 different things because they won't do it. They'll get so lazy on you and it'll be hurt. But I always ask either like, comment, follow. I also, if it's an audience builder video, I'll do like, follow for more, drop a comment, juice the algorithm a little bit. If it's a lead generation video and I'm promoting my services and not just providing value, I'll actually tell them to either go to my website or leave a comment, and I'll provide something in return.
Okay, so we call those two-step posts.
Boom.
Where, hey, if you dug this video, leave the word content in the comments, or leave the word media in the comments. And then everybody that raises their hands, then we just reach out to them and we say, hey, I saw that you left a comment on my latest video. Here's where you go to get the thing. You'll get more information on whatever the video was about. I really like the only one call to action. I've noticed that if we have please like and subscribe and leave a comment, and also go check out my website. Number one, that's hard to cram into the end of a 60-second video. That takes up half of the video.
Yep.
And number two, when you give people too many choices, they just choose not to do anything at all.
They choose none.
Exactly. So one clear call to action at the end of your videos. Sometimes it's to juice the algorithm. The more people comment, the more people share, the more viral your content will go. So if you're just trying to build your audience, that's always a great call to action. But if you're trying to generate leads, having the two-step at the end, hey, leave this in the comments and I'll give you some more information about that. Or just go check out my website. If you dug this, make sure to go check out my website over at url.com. So two-step ads or two-step content is basically just that. You give a little bit, you say, hey, I want to know who's interested. If you're interested in this, go ahead and leave a comment. And that can be done on ads. That can be done on just a regular text post. I want to actually cover something that we didn't hit in this video. This type of content for ads actually works. Doing an ad where you're not actually sending people to your sales page, you're just saying, hey, leave a comment, let me know what you think, or a specific comment like a two-step. The ads that you did for Jason were very much like this. They weren't like a traditional ad. They were more like content-based ads.
Exactly. It was more raw, authentic, minimal edited, but...
So this type of stuff does work for content marketing. It also works for direct response advertising as well. And one thing that I've noticed is if you have a cold audience, if you're trying to warm yourself up to an audience that isn't familiar with you yet, this type of stuff works better than sending people to a sales page because it feels more like content. They don't realize it's an ad. And doing that helps warm up the pixel. When people watch those type of content, people skip past ads. We go ad blind.
Totally.
But if you're advertising content like this and then you leave a comment or go check out my website at whatever, I think the leave a comment is the best one. Then that tells Facebook or YouTube or wherever you're advertising, it tells it, hey, these people are engaged. These people like this type of content. They're interested. They're the perfect target market. And what that ends up doing is helping Facebook or Google, whoever, know who to target with your ads. So this type of content works great for warming up those advertising pixels as well. Important distinction, lead gen versus audience building. You mentioned that. I want to get your thoughts on that. What's the difference between the goal of each of those and then the call to action for each of those?
So for audience builder, my whole goal is to provide value, get you to know, like, and trust me as a trusted authority in my industry, niche, etc. For a call to action with the audience builder, usually I use the like or follow, juice the algorithm, and comment what your biggest marketing struggle is or what you're going to change about your email marketing after this video. As for lead gen, I'm usually saying either go to my website and I'm going to give you value in return, or drop a comment, specific keyword. So comment content or comment email below and I'll send you my free email marketing cheat sheet.
Perfect.
And that is to generate leads. I want you do know, like, and trust me by this point. And I actually like what you've said. You said you use the jab, 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 right hook.
Oh, I stole that from Gary Vee.
Well, I like Gary Vee and what he said because I use that too. I'll do a desired result and then a shocking discovery and then an avoid pain point. And then after those 3 value posts, I'll provide a lead gen and I'll promote myself. I'll promote my services. I'll say, I can take care of this for you. You're overwhelmed. I got you. Okay, so that's actually a good point. Jab, 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 right hook.
Yeah. audience builder, audience builder, audience builder, and then a lead generation or a direct sales piece of content. And that's also when I'm doing advertising, especially if I'm doing advertising for a company that's not very well known in their niche yet. 3 ads that are just audience building ads.
Yeah.
And engagement, juicing the algorithm, warming up the pixel ads. And then once we know who is engaging with these videos, then we retarget everybody who engaged and everybody who's similar to that with an actual direct response piece of content. And all of these can be 60-second videos, but that's so important. The jab, 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 right hook, give value 3 times, build that audience, warm that pixel up. And then those people that engaged, they get the right hook. Man, it sounds so violent.
It's my favorite formula.
All right. You are an email marketer and video expert. Do you combine the two?
Do I combine the two?
Let's talk about Real Growers, actually, because that's probably where you do most of the work for me. How does the integration of content and email work together?
Often lots of times you'll find me promoting content in my emails, actually. So I'll hit my email list up and I'll say, hey, check out what I got for you. We just filmed a new video. It's all about blah, blah, blah. And it'll be way more interesting than that. But
Blah, blah, blah.
yeah, a lot more curiosity invoking. But I do promote a lot of my content in my emails. I'll let viewers know whenever a new post goes up on YouTube. And yeah.
I'm going to add to that. My experience has been email list is key when we're launching a new YouTube channel, when we're launching a new Instagram. Having that email list to promote those videos is great. And when people start coming into a video through email, that tells YouTube, hey, a lot of people are coming and watching this from off site. So it says, this must be a good video. Let's start promoting it. Also, in your emails, this is my 2 cents.
Yeah.
In your emails, if it's just sales, every single email, hey, go check out. Hey, 20% off. Hey, limited time offer. If every single email is like that, you'll burn your list out really quick.
Snooze fest.
But if 2 or 3 emails are, hey, we got this cool video for you. Hey, we've got this cool thing for you. Hey, we've got this video that teaches you this. Go check this out. And then every 3rd email is, hey, we've got this cool thing. Go buy it. Go check it out. Go get more information. Give us your money. It doesn't burn the list out as quickly. So having the combination of content plus email, using the email to promote the content, using the content to add value to the emails.
Definitely.
Both of them help feed each other, and it ends up being a very nice combination.
I agree. I don't necessarily use the jab, 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 right hook method for email. I definitely do for content, but I still like to provide value, provide so much value that you don't even want to say no when I say, hey, check out my offer.
Exactly. What are your thoughts on adding special effects and sounds to longer form videos, 8 to 12 minutes long? You know what? Let's actually talk about that, because one of the ads that you just did for Jason was actually like an 8-minute video.
Yeah, it was a 10-minute video, and then I made him another version, a shorter version that was about 8 minutes.
And let's talk about, did you do a lot of the pop-in emojis, sound effects on that one?
You know, I did not use any emojis on that one. Maybe 1 or 2 here and there on really important sentences. Most of the graphics that I was using was B-roll. I was having so much fun playing around with B-roll. My longest B-roll would be like a second. It wasn't long. It was tiny little pops of pictures and videos and whatever related to whatever he was saying. And honestly, I used a script for that, which was a really cool tool that I hadn't played much with B-roll before. So that was really fun. But I mostly use B-roll. I'll also use transitions, and those come with sound effects too. So it is another attention-grabbing effect. The most important takeaway from the video, I actually spiced it up a little bit, and I added captions right here, only for the most important sentence. So I only did that for like 5 words.
So instead of having captions all the way through like we do on micro content, just on the ones that you want to emphasize.
Just on one. I did it on the key takeaway from the video. So that was kind of fun.
I will say on longer form, like 7 to 10 minute video, usually I'll have a pop in within the first sentence just to grab people's attention. and especially if they're scrolling through without the audio on. Like
Yep.
if I'm on YouTube and I'm scrolling, sometimes I'll see the first 3 seconds of the video, so I'll have something there. But I also don't like using pop-ins and stuff throughout
Yeah.
the whole video. Also, again, I'm lazy. That takes so much time to go through and add. Okay, pop in here. Oh, pop in here. Add a sound effect.
It's true.
Having it at the beginning and then doing the transitions and the B-roll seems to work a lot better.
Oh, yeah.
Lily, thank you again for coming on. I really appreciate you.
Thank you for having me.
Seems like the audience enjoyed you as well.
Yay.
And if you enjoyed this video and you want more information like this, or if you want more tips on how to make your content even better, you know what? Go to cultishcontent.com, see what we got for you over there, and check out the other couple videos YouTube's recommending. They're probably right over our faces right now, covering up our beautiful faces. And until next time, we'll catch you later.
Later.